Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to show you guys how to make this dress. So this is what we are working with. I have this fabric here, so we're going to start with this here. First thing is that I'm going to trace out one piece. We're supposed to trace out two of these, one for front, one for the back, but this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm just going to take this the way it is now, and I'm going to tilt it like I'm trying to form an A line, just like this. And then once, so guys, the next thing is that you're going to check the length you want the dress to be. So I'm going to say about 38.5. So plus 1.5 of seam allowance, that is going to be 40. So everything plus my seam allowance, I want it to be 40. You're going to go from this end here and measure 40 inches all the way up. Know where that is for you. So it's somewhere here for me, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and mark it here at the upper part here. And then I'm going to rule a straight line all the way to the end, like a straight line like this. And once it's done, the next thing is going to be to go ahead and insert my shoulder measurement divided by 2 minus 1. So that my shoulder is 8, is 16, divided by 2 is 8, minus 1 is 7. Mark it here. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and come down by 1 inch of shoulder slope. Insert my armhole length, which you can get by dividing your bust by 6 plus 1.5. Add it here, connect it, and then give it a curve. On this line, I'm going to insert my bust measurement divided by 4, and then plus 1 inch of sewing allowance. You can also do plus half an inch of ease and 1 inch of sewing allowance. This is it here. I just don't want to add any ease. I'm just going to stick with it like this, and that's it. So you're going to, whatever is left, let's say this is where you're stopped with your seam allowance, connect it into the line, like the edge of the cloth. But this is where mine is, so I'm just going to blend it here. And then all I have to do is come back up again to the neckline, mark 3 inch for the neck, connect the shoulder slope. If I want, I can also add my seam allowance here if I want, but I'm not going to because I added it down there. So now the next thing is going to be to mark 1 inch for the back neckline. Like we said, the back is going to be like this. We are cutting the back, and then I'm going to place my tape again at the beginning line, the straight line that we marked initially, and then I'm going to mark where is 40 for me, which is here. So just like that, I'm going to mark 40 inches all the way. So you're going to keep moving your tape again. Where is 40? Then you mark it, right? You move it again, 40, and just like that all the way to the end. So at this point, you have to go ahead and cut this whole thing out. So guys, this is what we have here, you see? So all I have to do now is just the way the back is, that is, you're supposed to have 2 of these, but remember the upper part has a different color. So because of that, we are going to trace it differently. At this point, you can take a paper and just trace out half of this top here. But if you don't want to do it like that, another way you can do it is what I'm going to show you now. So you're going to take your tape and measure from your shoulder to your waist, which for me is going to be at 17.5. So that is somewhere here. And if you look at her dress, you will see that the next color came in at almost her waistline. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure down in front of my chest at maybe 5 inches or so. If you want, you can do 4. If you want, you can do 3. Just come down. But just remember that the front will still take up like extra 2 more necklines, right? This is the back, but I'm just tracing something to show you. So normally the front would look like this. So it's better just come down from the back neckline. Just do exactly what I'm doing. Come down like, let's say 5 inches or 5.5. Now you're going to connect it to the side here. That's why I said if you want, you can do this particular thing on a paper. You can trace it out on a paper, and then you can just mark everything out. So go ahead, connect it this way, just like this, you see? So now all I have to do is just fold my fabric again the same way I folded it before, and just fold this away this way and trace out everything that looks like this. And then fold my fabric again this way and trace out just this portion of it on the green one. You understand? All I need to do is just add extra half an inch at the end of each one, at this point where the 2 of them meets each other. So let me go ahead and show you how I'm going to do it now. So guys, this is it here. You see what I was saying? This is the back panel, right? All I was saying is to fold it from this shoulder to the waist, and then from the 5 inches from the neck that we marked. You see, this is what it's supposed to look like. So let me fold it back so you will see. So all I did was just to trace out exactly the bottom part of this dress here, trace it out on that same line that I marked initially in front. You see the line? I hope you can see it here. So now all I have to do is just to go back on this line and add half an inch to it. This is now my seam allowance, right? So I need to add half an inch to this here, because I will need it when I go to join it. So you see, this is the original line, and then this is the half an inch. So if I pull this down now, you will see that there is half an inch on it. So you see, this is the original line that I just traced out on the body of the cloth, and then this is my extra half an inch. So let me go ahead and cut out this small part, and then we'll cut back again and trace the upper part on the green fabric. So guys, this is it here. You see, I've traced out this upper part of the top again, like I was telling you. This is on a fold. So guys, you see I traced out from the corner to the neckline to the bottom part and everything. You see the line. So if I remove this now, you see both my seam allowances, and that is this. So let me go ahead now, complete the side, right, and then I'll cut everything out. So guys, this is what we are working with. This is the back, and if you remember, this is the line we used for it. This is what it looks like. If you open it, it's on a fold, right? This is one piece back panel. And remember, we have to have one piece at the back, two pieces in front. This is the front. The bottom part that we cut, let me turn it so you guys can see. This is what we cut initially with our half an inch here. So now this is the top here. You see, with our half an inch also. But if I have to tilt it this way, although my chalk is marked on the other side, but I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. So it's going to be placed like this on it, you see, with half an inch of sewing. So once you do that, everything will be equal again, you see. Just the half an inch that we attach to use it to join it together. But before we even start to join it, because if you decide to join it together like this, you cannot do it. So you need to split it open here, split it open to the end. You understand? So let me take it now. But before I even split it open, the front panel, which is this one, I'm going to come down and make sure that my neckline is 3 inches. Because remember, our front neck always comes down lower. So come down extra 2 inches, because we've done one already. So we need extra 2 more to make it 3 inches of neck depth for the front. So cut that out. Once you cut it out, go ahead then and split open the front into 2, and then you're also going to do it on this other one. Split it open here. So guys, you just have to take this one like this, fold it away like this, use half an inch, sew it down like this, and then turn it over. You have something that looks like this. Do the same on the other side. Go over to this side, use half an inch to sew it down, and then this part will also be complete. And once it's done, we have the front panel. And the next thing is that once you've joined it, you are going to go ahead and cut something this long, but 3 inches of width. This is just from one end of Ankara to the other, you see. You're going to take it, like I said, 3 inches of width. This is because you're going to fold it into 2 like this, so that we can make our placket. Fold it into 2. So if I say that it's 3 inches open and you fold it into 2, that means you're going to have 1.5 here, 1.5 here. So that means you're going to also go ahead and tuck in half an inch here, half an inch on each end. Fold it like this, you see, and then fix this in between it using half an inch and sew it all the way down on both sides. You understand? If you can't do it that way, another thing you can do is, like I said, cut it out like this, place it this way, sew it down first with half an inch. Just sew it down using half an inch at the end like this, all the way to the end. Once it's done, turn it over again. Use the other half an inch on the edge, on the back, at the back of it, and just sew it down. You understand? So once that is done, you're going to do it on both sides of the shirt, and we'll have our complete front panel. Take it like this, join the 2 shoulders together like this, use bias to run the armhole, and then you can close up the side. So guys, this is what we have at the moment. You see, like I said, you're going to join this here. You see my seam on the inside. Once it's done, I put this band here. You see how it is here, just like this. This is the upper part of it here. The same on this side, I did the same thing. Once it's done, join the shoulder. I use green bias to run the armhole, close it up. If you want to add pocket to your own, for a smaller person or shorter person, you can do down from your armhole to like 9 inches. skip 6 inches opening or 5 inches opening for your pocket and continue the seam all the way down. Once it's done, you can use lining to make the pocket on the inside. That's what I did. So now the next thing is going to be the collar. This is what I'm doing here for the collar. So this fabric here is 8 inches open, folded into 2. That will be 4 inches length here. And the next thing I'm going to do is just like how I added this band here, round the shirt neck. I'm going to go ahead and close up this end here. Once I close it, I'm going to use it to turn this over. So guys, you can go ahead and iron it. Like I said, you're going to close up this part here. You can just use 1/2 inch, close it up, turn it over to the right side. Now you see, all you have to do is to just take it the way it is, turn it to the right side, take it the way it is. Now you can go ahead, tuck in 1/2 inch on this end like this, all the way to the end, tuck in 1/2 inch here, tuck in 1/2 inch on the end here, fold it into 2, just like this, all the way to the end. This is our collar. So you're going to take it, start from one end, fix this inside, just 1/2 inch deep into this part here, and just sew it all the way around, straight across. Once you're done, if you fold it into 2, it will form a shirt collar. Understand? So guys, all you have to do is add the band. You see what it looks like, and then go ahead, fold it into 2 like this and iron it down. You see? And then the next thing is going to be to go ahead and add your button. So you see, I've already started marking where I'm going to add in mine. So it can be 4.5 inch in between or 4 inch in between, and then you put button on one side, buttonhole on the other side, and that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.